Yeah. Yeah, I bet, yeah. It's like not my problem. It's just, I mean, it's really my expectations. It's give and take food out yeah, exactly, right? And they're kind of like, there's just a lot of, I don't know. It's a, I definitely want to see that. That's just like, if you can't get me, really, it's just, he's a lot of I do have a clear So I had a call. We're going to be available Friday. Absolutely. So we have to continue to use and I saw that. Great QS departments in the QS. Yeah. They like they have a redundant system before it failed. So, well, you know the definition of redundant. It's like it's redundant, but when it's dependent on the other. Yeah, that's redundant. You know?
Hey, I just sent you the link.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I got it loading right now. Should be fine.
I guess they're going to be like speaking right here then? Or?
Yeah, they're going to get up. They're going to get right here. They're going to put a sign up back there and whatnot. Yeah, so you can just kind of chill out here for a bit. Every now and again, you just want to keep an eye in here. Either look at it on your phone, the link, and just to make sure it's still streaming. Otherwise, if it says like ready or something. If it doesn't say live, yeah. But then you hit that red button to say start stream again, and you just keep pressing the button
until it goes live.
Yeah, until you say yes, and you can move it back and forth, like toggle between Y and N for yes or no.
But normally it's fine.
Yeah, it should be good.
And then this is not recording. Yeah.
No, and then when you want to record, you just hit that button. So yeah, try to get the entire thing, and then I'll edit out any extra stuff. So it's picking up audio and everything right now. So if people are watching at home, they could hear us talking. So yeah, but I would just order some drinks, some snacks, whatever, and hang out. And if you have any problems, call me. Yeah. All right, break the leg.
So do you want to leave it running live then? This whole.
Also, too, I was a little shy on my cord, so it's kind of bumpy right there. So I'm gonna leave this chair right here. So hopefully people don't step on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nut fish, I mean a nut fry.
So you want utensils for 4? Yes. I love that. You stay right here. You stay right here.
No, I'm a little bit before. Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was in New York recently. It was still like once you drive left at like 6:30 in the morning, or like 10. Like I don't work from home because it's like, what's the point? I worked 4 out of 5 So, but I can't get that's what's going on with me. How long are you guys So, if you try. It really was. Actually, the EP with the Eagle Empire. Yeah. All right. I saw it. Well, not stress. Not stress. Tracy wrong. Tracy texted me saying, I got this thing. Yeah, we went there. But yeah, we went to the water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's total I gotta start bringing it on there. It's not a racist. drop any one of the 100 starters. Thanks, starters. So, but they don't evolve on their own.
I bet you already. I don't understand. Have all this money from the that's not paying more than $400. No. Then I tell you from May. Okay. Yes. But that you're not getting it right now. Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Nice thing in America.
All right, fine. I could have waited on that.
start drinking it even at home. So I know you're ready. I train your face for your players. And I just like takes a long push up every one of these street cars. People that are stupid. Yes, right?
No, she won't. Signs it.
But I didn't.
Nobody's answering.
I guess I could. She needs to sign it. No, I I don't think it's all the same day. I don't even know what
I was like, all right, Todd, are we done? I gotta get back to my money.
In water. Silverware's here. Careful, the sun is very mysterious. That's why they make arrows. I was afraid. maybe you could take a picture with this I played sand primarily, but in my hobby, I played so I played primarily like beach doubles. She was an indoor girl, and that was it was a little different, but I'm sure she's made it. I played beach doubles. That was my experience. But I did like my girlfriend, I was on for the band.
So I can use this table that you got, right? Here.
Can I unplug your extension cord and then plug it into my strip? Because I'm out of sockets there. So I'm going to just unplug it for 2 seconds.
Something
There's a few different ones on here. I don't want it.
Oh, no.
They're costly. They go to salad and like salami, prosciutto, cheese, olives, stuff like that.
You know, I was saying that somebody there to go.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Have a nice weekend. Good. Hey, Kelly. I'm going to go sit down.
Good. You ready for it? It's my grandson's service.
But it's not that bad. And the same with you.
It's not very loud. It's just your people
I don't know. You can actually She asked me to meet up.
How you doing? What's up, baby?
So you want to get one of these, the joy for your
Can you just please call off the bill?
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I did. I heard that.
That's the thing. She is a classic for 9 years. And like, none of
all the speakers are turned down, but I want to
Hello?
someone just to have another person.
Hello? Hello? 1, 2, testing. 1, 2. Hello? You can't hear back there? Okay. That's why we do these tests. I can't hear back. Hello? Can you hear now? Thumbs up.
Hey, you sexy thing is? Will you just come with me for a grab that one and also Harvey, Bobby Cyber. I'm going to use the last movie.
Countywide, unless it's changed by
I didn't know my name, and I realized that you're the lunch or you're here for the event?
We're here just because we're taking Chicago. Really, whereabouts? Yes, you were born and raised northern suburbs, southern suburbs. Glen here, Woodbridge, Line.
I live in Prospective.
So that's not far.
Last year we got here before
I live there, and I was a lawyer down Hometown is an organization here in Key West. It's about 100 hours. I was on the board. I retired from Hometown. So this event will be people running for office next year. Hometown sponsors political forums.
events for politicians to get their message out to the U.S. County. We'll have this event, maybe another event in September. We'll do how to run the public office.
So it's just like a,
we are only 501c3, so any contributions are tax-deductible. We don't take positions on any candidates or even on referendums. Yeah, I left the law back in 2002. Live right here in downtown.
I bet.
Now we enjoy it.
I see you everywhere these days. Hey, stranger.
What?
Yeah, we have them all at one time. We got a kickoff party, we got them So they 38 million dollars a year for the 13 years behind. That would be a surprise. Still that lady. Yes, I did. She's like very nice person.
We'll put something together.
Sometimes I want to write to you, but no, I anything? What's on the plate? Yeah, I'm going to try to set something up with this thing again. Because I got a lot of kids up. Just everyone. 2 minutes. Get your drinks, get some food, grab a seat.
Oh, okay.
Brian Green up front causing trouble.
Walk for your way.
And Heather. Oh, Heather is here.
Heather is here.
All right, welcome everyone. As usual, you have a nice turnout for such a, it seems like an odd timing, but the idea of this, quiet down everyone. Quiet down in the back. Don't make me send Sheldon. We'll recruit him back into the fold.
We're tired.
But again, the idea tonight, hello buddy. The idea tonight is to get everybody thinking about the elections that are coming. You know, on the national level, people are already running. There's many offices that run every 2 years, which basically means they never stop. In a year like this, we have our state senator and our state house rep are both termed out. So those are open seats. And I'm not sure if it's probably been decades and decades since both of those seats have ever been open. We have 3 city commissioners, 3 county commissioners, the mayor up. There's the whole list. I have 3 pages of people to go through tonight. But don't groan because it'll go pretty quickly. The format will be we're going to bring the incumbents up. We'll let them speak for a moment or two. And then we'll call for anybody that wants to possibly run against them. If I forget to say something and you want to speak on it, please be vocal. Raise your hand, pretend it's an auction, let us know, and we'll get you up here. Robert Lockwood, or Robert, you in the house? Oh. Robert did have a secret weapon. The secret weapon is not with him tonight, but he's going to start us off. Robert is our public defender. Robert, what are you thinking about doing?
I'm going to run again in 2020. Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Lockwood. I'm your public defender of the 16th Judicial Circuit. A little different. When I talked to you guys last time, I was single and no kid. Now I got married and I have a beautiful baby boy, Robert Jr. But we voted tonight at the House, and I lost 2-1 to bring him here tonight. So you can win a county race, but you can't win one at home, I guess. The last 2 years, 2.5 years, 2017 have been wonderful. We got a great crew still. One of my attorneys is actually here. Our staff is amazing. We've had a lot of improvement. I took over the website, or I designed the website, maintain it. I worked a lot with the jail, the corrections office at the sheriff's, we're made a big focus on clients that are in custody to give them the same opportunities of clients that are out of custody. And it was very important to me. We have video conferencing from our offices now, which we implemented with the corrections staff. We also have rooms specifically designed for us for videos, and our clients are getting a lot of opportunity. The office has been running really smooth. We've had a couple, we've moved locations. We were on Eisenhower. We just recently moved to the Professional Plaza, which saved a large sum of money. And a little brief history, the Public Defender's Office has been around since 1963, and we've never had a home of our own. But recently, working with the County Commission and the county, we are going to get, in about 2 years, we're going to finally get a home of our own and stop paying rent for our location. And it's a big improvement. And I'm very excited to work with the county this next year. So, other than that, I'll be here. If you guys want to talk to me, thank you very much. It's amazing. It's great to see everybody.
Thank you, Robert. We will try to get everybody inside to keep the noise down. That'll probably never stop. It'll go through the evening, but that's too hard. We've done this. If you want to hear it, come out here. So, is there anybody thinking of running against Robert for public defender? Okay, the day is young. Moving on down, Circuit Judge Mark Jones. Is Mark here? Yes. Mark Jones, come on up. Hello, Mark.
How are you? Good evening, everybody. It's a real honor and privilege for me to have the opportunity to speak a few words. I'll try to keep it short and succinct as I can. I want to thank Hometown PAC, first of all, for sponsoring this event. Thanks Salute for having a great venue. Thank all you for taking your time to show interest in our local political system, and also thank all of you who have supported me over the years. I've never taken it for granted. I've always appreciated it. I've always done my very best to vindicate your support for me. This is my 23rd year as a 16th Circuit Judge here in Monroe County, Group 1, and I want everybody to know I'm definitely running for re-election in 2020. I've actually been in the Keys for 39 years. I came in March of 1980 as a JAG when they used to have a legal service office here. I was on duty active for 4.5 years. As they say, I got sand in my shoe, and here I am 39 years later, very blessed to have been able to carve out a life for myself and my family here in the Keys. I was in private practice, I was assistant public defender, and I got elected in 1996, and I've been on the bench ever since. So now I'm the senior circuit judge here in the 16th Circuit. We have 4 judges, circuit judges in total. I've got almost 23 years. During the course of my career, I've handled every type of case in circuit court, felonies, civil cases, probate, juvenile, family law, and I've handled some serious, very important cases, and I've always done my best. I'm currently chief judge of the circuit. I've been in that capacity for the last 4 years, and my colleagues just honored me here at our last judges meeting with electing me as chief judge of the circuit for another term starting in July 1st. So, again, I want to thank you. I've been very honored to be in this position. I've tried to do my best to be the type of judge you all deserve and expect, competent, hardworking, honest, and fair. I hope to be able to have the opportunity to serve my community for another term, and I appreciate your support. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Is there anybody that would like to announce the run for that seat? Okay. Are we live streaming? Oh, and Richard, don't knock the camera. Is our live streaming working? Okay, we are, and please share on Facebook or anything else you want to share on. We're live streaming at hometownkey.com. You go to the website, there's a little link there. And then you can also see this. We have 6 years of archives on the YouTube channel, so you can see us do this over and over and over. Moving on, Circuit Judge 3 is Luis Garcia. Is Judge Garcia here? He's up the Keys. Anybody looking to run for Judge Garcia's seat? Then we'll move down to somebody I think I saw, Judge Bonnie Helms. Yeah. Come on down, Bonnie.
I'm here.
Yes. Come on up, Bonnie.
Okay. I was waiting for the call from Todd to tell me that this was an April Fool's joke. Really? And I've had about 10 people come up to me and say, "You're up again?" Yes, I'm up again. So I'm Bonnie Helms. I am your circuit judge that oversees the family law docket. I cover Marathon as well as Key West. I love my job. I want to keep it. I would love to serve you for another 6-year term. That wouldn't be happening until 2020. Actually, 2021 is when I would start my next 6 years. So I want to just give you a little bit of insight as to what I'm up to there at the 16th Judicial Circuit. I oversee our family treatment court as well as our juvenile drug court. And in that capacity, I am now going to have an opportunity to be part of an initiative to get additional training through our state court administrator's office. I'm very excited to learn more about the treatment of and deal with our opioid crisis. In addition, I have also established the pro bono committee. And as part of that committee, I'm chairing, and I have a number of wonderful attorneys that have volunteered and are helping me to assist in providing a regular pro bono clinic for members in need in our community. We organized in 2016, which was perfect timing because, of course, then we were ready to go when Hurricane Irma struck. We had attorneys and legal services. Our provider that's out of Dade County, they were down here, and we also had volunteer attorneys from actually Dade County that weren't even part of the legal services providers. So because we were organized as a committee, they were ready to go and recognized and made those contacts. So when people were returning, we were here to help and provide the legal information and direction and advice that was needed. So those are just a couple of the things I'm doing in addition to handling my caseload. So I'm hoping that you'll remember me
Yes.
And we will see you at the next forum, which is a long ways off, right? Okay.
Thank you, Bonnie. Is anybody looking to run for Bonnie's seat right now? Bonnie brings up a good point. It does seem early, but if you think of I have 3 pages of people that we're going to talk to tonight. We all know of them. We know all of them. But if you're someone that's fairly new to elections and wants to run, how do you get anybody to know who you are? It takes time. So this is one of the purposes of what we're doing tonight. So I'll stop rambling. I'm going to bring up Mark Wilson, Judge Mark Wilson, who has his secret weapon in the wings back there.
Greetings, thank all of you. My name is Mark Wilson. If you don't know me, I was appointed to the county court by the governor in November of 2017. So I've had a job. I'm sorry, I can't hear me. My apologies. I was appointed to the county court by Governor Scott about a year and a half ago, and so I've had the job since that time. And for those of you who don't know me, before that I spent about a dozen years at the state attorney's office. The last 4 of those I also was a federal prosecutor, and before I became a lawyer I was a state trooper, Army paratrooper. So that's my life in 10 seconds. In any case, what I'm doing now at the court, of course, is half of the county criminal, half of the county civil. I also have a quarter of the felony docket. I also have a fifth of the circuit civil. So I've got a wide variety of things that I do, both criminal and civil. And I'll echo what Judge Jones said earlier, which is to say that this is a job that I take very seriously. People expect us to do our best, to be fair, to be courteous, and of course that's what the public deserves, and that's what they demanded. So no one's going to outwork me, in those respects, and so I've enjoyed the job a great deal so far. I hope to keep it, and I respectfully ask for your support. So thank all of you very much for coming out.
Is anybody looking to run for Mark's seat at this point? All right. We will bring up Mark's old boss, Dennis Ward, State Attorney. Dennis being shy, it's part of why we do these events, so shy people like him can come out of their shell and have a little something.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dennis Ward. I'm the State Attorney here in Monroe County, the 16th Judicial Circuit. I guess I passed out some of my 2018 year in review stuff. It's about 10, 12 pages long. It was a pretty busy year. Last year we had the culmination of Hurricane Irma and all the ill effects it brought us, not just by its sheer power and wind and rain, but by the dregs of society it brought here that preyed upon some of our citizens here. And my office, along with Sheriff Ramsey's office, has arrested a number of them, and their cases are coming up piecemeal. All kinds of illegal contractors, contracting without a license, etc. And the ones that committed crimes during the hurricane, the state of emergency, so far every one of those individuals has been placed in prison. So we want to send a message that if we ever go through another hurricane like that we take things seriously down here. There's a group that follows, like storms and tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes, and it seems to be people that have criminal history. So we can't tolerate them. And another thing that we've worked hard on is the protection of our environment and our natural resources. We've been very strict with lobster laws and regulations, very strict with fishing regulations. As you see, we had a couple key deer kidnapped, one killed. Those guys did federal time and state time. We got people shooting ospreys. That case is still in the hopper. That's going to be some jail time. The pelican guy, we're still waiting for him to get back. And that's going to be some jail time as well. So we're pretty serious about our natural resources, and as some people say, by doing this, I'm ruining tourism, but I take the opposite approach, and we're going to continue to do that. So some of the attorneys in town think it's a joke with the lobster and everything, and people are still taking conch out here. I mean, you read the newspaper, you see that the conch is being depleted over in the Keys, in the Bahamas. I'm sorry. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. And if you get an opportunity to read that 10-page report, it's very interesting. And I want to thank the Sheriff's Office and all the law enforcement agencies that we work together with for doing a great job. So thank you, and thank you guys.
Thank you, Dennis. Okay, next up would be our U.S. House Representative delegate. That's Debbie Mucarsel-Powell. I don't think Debbie's here. Is there anybody looking to run for that seat here tonight? Okay, we'll second. There's not. No. Well, we'll move down to State Senate. Both Anna Terry Flores and Holly Rashine are up in Tallahassee working, but they are termed out. So as we mentioned, this is the first time in memory that both of these really important seats are wide open. Is there anybody here tonight running for either state senate? Well, for state senator, let's do that first. Well, this is a good time to think about the keys. In this last couple of years with Anna Terry, we've had great representation. In the past, I think our representation was lacking. If we don't have serious people wanting to take these two seats, we really risk being forgotten, because our percentage of the votes for these seats is shrinking. So if you know people, anybody that's really serious about doing it, both these seats are super important. Lisa Tennyson is our county government affairs person back there. I'm not saying she's going to run, but if you want to talk to somebody about how important it is, talk to her. Okay, last chance, state senate or state house? Dan? No, I see you back there.
Dan's not running. All right, we're going to move to our constitutional officers, and I think they're all here tonight. We're going to start with the clerk of court, Kevin Maddock. He is our incumbent. Kevin, come on up.
Thank you, Todd. And are you aware you're doing this on April Fool's Day?
Buying the paper as well.
My name is Kevin Maddock, and about 2.5 years ago, you placed your trust in me to serve as your clerk. And I want to know that I'm very honored, and I take that trust you placed in me very seriously. During my campaign in 2016, I made 3 primary promises to restore accountability to the office. First was to complete the annual audit on time. Second was to deliver to you a clean audit. And third was to stop the practice of hiring outside consultants to help with the work, something that cost you in excess of $700,000 over the previous 4 years. Now I'm proud to say, through the hard work of my awesome staff, we delivered on all 3 of those promises the very first year. And 2 weeks ago, we published the 2019 financials, and again, we repeated that, fulfilling that promise on all 3. Thank you. Now, I want to say that delivering a clean audit on time is not a badge of honor. What it means is that your finance staff is competent and capable of ensuring the integrity of your tax dollars every day. And now I forgot what I was going to say next. But the clerk's office is more than just comptroller responsibilities. We have the court side and public records responsibilities. We have a lot of important initiatives we're working on now, but I'm probably running short on time, so I won't go into those. But you will see the benefits of those as we move forward in time. So in closing, I'm definitely going to run again for clerk in 2020, and I ask for your support and your vote. Thank you very much.
Kevin did the change thing. Thank you, Kevin. Is anybody else looking to run for county clerk? We want to bring up Dee Enriquez, our tax collector. We will see if Dee's planning on running again. I'm curious if you're going to run again. This is your opportunity.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denise Enriquez, and I am your Monroe County Tax Collector. And I am seeking re-election for the 2020 election year. Yes. I've been your tax collector for 19 years. I've been in the office for 30 as of January 1 of this year. And in those 19 years, I have had excellent audits. I've had no findings and no recommendations in the 19 years that I've been tax collector. Thank you. I put over $300 million into the account every single year, and I balance to the penny every single year, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you. So I am running in 2020, and I ask for your support, and I'm very humbled to be able to serve you. Thank you.
Hey, Denise. Anybody out there thinking about tax collector? All right. I've seen the sheriff in the house. Rick Ramsey, are you here? Somebody grab the sheriff. They're coming. How about Scott Russell? We'll get the sheriff up here. Scott, come on up while the sheriff is making his way. Scott is our property appraiser. Scott?
As you just heard, my name is Scott Russell. I'm the Monroe County property appraiser. I've had the privilege of... I'm getting accused from my crowd over there. Anyways, I've been the property appraiser here in Monroe County since 2013. I'll be seeking my 3rd term. prior to that, I have actually been appraising in Monroe County since I actually got out of college. So it's been nearly 30 years, and I've been appraising up and down the Keys in both the private and public practice for nearly 3 decades. I've been honored to be your property appraiser for the last 6 years, and I'm looking for your support for another 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Anybody thinking of running for property appraiser? Would somebody dial 911 and we'll see if we can get a sheriff's office? But then we'll have Joyce come on up and talk about the supervisory elections. I'm not going to shake your hand.
How y'all doing? Isn't this great? Woo! Democracy. I am Joyce Griffin. I am your Supervisor of Elections. I have worked at the Supervisor of Elections office for 34 years. I've been your supervisor for 6 years, and I am running again in 2020. And I thank you all for your support in the past, and I'm asking for your support in the future. A few little things I'd like to get out. We actually do have early voting going on right now for the Key West special election. The purchasing of the Key West Citizen Building, we had 12 voters today. Come on, people. I need a few more than 12, okay? We are right now at 5.7% on that election. So get out the votes. It means a lot. It's going to make a difference somehow. And come on out and early vote. We will be open on Saturdays from 10 to 5, and they do not open on Sundays. Thank you very much. Also, a brand new thing, if you have anybody that needs to register to vote, and if they have a driver's license or a Florida ID card, you can go straight to the internet and vote and register right on the internet on your phone. So get those people registered and get out to early vote. Thank you.
Joyce, good question. About how many people does that percentage mean?
No, can't hear. The city of Key West has about 15,000 registered voters. The county has 53. It goes between 52 and 55.
How many have voted so far?
Under 1,000. It was like 900.
I guess my point is that means somewhere so far 1,000 people are going to make the decision to spend millions of dollars to buy a building. So if that doesn't get you motivated, nothing will. So. Anybody see the sheriff? We'll move on to Keys Energy. And this is a very, very unique year for Keys Energy, and it's one of those things that reinforce why we're doing this today. If I've got this right, the 2 incumbents in Keys Energy hold 2 seats. Those seats, their 2 seats are going to be combined for Key West, and then another seat that is open to only someone that lives in the lower Keys is going to be created. So technically, Peter Betty Sr. and Tim Root would have to run against each other, something I've never heard of before, for that seat, plus anybody else that may want it. And then the lower Keys seat, just like there was last year, will be wide open. So if there's if either Peter or Tim are here, I haven't seen them, but if they're here, come on up. Or if anybody is looking to run for the Key West Keys Energy seat, or the open seat, since we're moving things along, raise your hand, come up here. Okay, we have an open seat that will need some candidates. And there's some people that have run in the past, so. All right, well, keep that on your radar. Well, we may have somebody. Ma'am, come on up. This is what it's all about.
Hello, my name is Isla Velez. I'm a registered nurse.
Speak into the microphone.
Can you hear me now? My name is Isla Velez. I'm a registered nurse. I've lived in Monroe County my whole life, and I am interested in running for the Lower Keys Energy seat. What I would like to talk to you about today is the climate of healthcare in the Florida Keys. Many of you might have insurance, but many people don't. So that is what I am here about today to talk to you about. So I help people in my position. I work at Monroe County Health Department. I've worked in acute care, long-term care, hospice care, and now I work in public health. And I am Monroe County's epidemiologist, which is study of diseases, so I do all reportable diseases. And I try to keep kind of quiet, but here I am. So I'm going to try to explore this further, and my brother-in-law does work for Keys Energy, so I have a little passion for this and believe that this will be a good fit for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I give her a lot of credit because this is tough and this is what this event is all about. All right, moving on to the County Commission. It's kind of interesting that this first person I'll bring up is our former Mayor Craig Cates. I know you're running for Danny Kolhage's seat. Danny's not here tonight. But many years ago, Craig had an event just like he came up, never spoke before, and now look at him. And Danny has, just to be clear, Danny has not announced or hasn't, he's told us he's not decided if he's running or not yet, but he could not make it tonight. And we knew ahead of time that Craig was going to be here, so I introduced you to Craig Cates.
Thank you very much. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, I know it seems early, and but it's important that people come out early because all these seats are very, very important to our community and our future. I'm not running against an incumbent. I'm running for the seat. I'm going to tell you what I can bring to the seat. I want to address the issues. I don't want to talk about the past. I just know in the future we got some serious issues affecting Key West and all of Monroe County. We got local issues, we got issues that come up every day, but we have these long-term issues about our environment, health insurance, the cost of the hospital, affordable housing, just so many, many issues. But one of our most important is our quality of life. We all live here, we love the Keys, we love Key West, and it's important that we can continue to stay here and live here. We need to be safe after the hurricanes. I want to bring my experience as in the past hurricane and through the years of working with FEMA, the federal government, the state and local governments, and all those organizations. I want to bring my experience, and I hope in the future I can help the future of Key West and Monroe County. So I ask for your vote and your support next year in 2020. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. Is there anybody else looking to run for District 1, County Commission? Okay. We will move on to District 3, currently held by Heather Carruthers, who I know is here. There she is. Come on up, Heather.
Thank you, Todd, and thanks to Hometown PAC, and thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. I am Heather Carruthers. I'm the current District 3 Commissioner, and I had not intended to say anything this early. I mean, it's 17 months before the election, and I still have a lot of work to do as a sitting commissioner, but I was encouraged to let everybody know that I intend to file for re-election. You know, it's been quite an experience serving this community and understanding the differences between Key West and, frankly, Ocean Reef and everything in between. We really have 5 communities, at least, in the Keys, and it takes a while to get to know all of them, and I've been honored to be able to do that. I ran for one good reason in the beginning, was about transparency, and I'm pleased that I've been able to introduce things like a State of the County address to everyone. I've been able to work on improving our Facebook page. Actually, we didn't even have one, I don't think. Was Facebook around that long ago? I don't know. Improving our website and making the budgeting process much more transparent for regular people to understand, because believe me, it's pretty obtuse. I'm amazed that our budget director, Tina Bone, does such a great job year after year of pulling that together. I was pleased to be able to be a big part of helping to reinvigorate this park where we're meeting right here today, and we still have more work to do here. And I seek to continue my work on issues related to affordability, from housing to windstorm insurance to flood insurance where we have a lot of work to do, and thanks to persistence, we are now having a voice as this small community on a national stage. I want to continue that work. So, again, thank you all for coming out tonight. I promise to keep working, not so much on a campaign, but on actually working for the next 17 months. I look forward to your support, and my door is open, and I'm willing to talk to anybody, so please come see me, and hope to see you in 17 months at the polls. Thank you very much.
You're going to see us a lot sooner than 17 months. Thank you, Heather. Rick Betcher has announced that he is planning to run for this seat. So, Rick, come on up, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Rick Betcher. Most of you know me as an investigative journalist, mostly for our Key Weston newspaper, but I've also had regular columns with Kolhage and The Citizen in the 12 years that I've been here. I'm running on a platform of ethical expertise. It is an extremely challenging and demanding position to be a county commissioner. Every month they have to read over 1,400 pages of material relating to 50 to 100 things that are voted on. It's an extraordinary amount of money. My expertise before I became an investigative journalist was based on my studying nuclear chemistry at MIT, law at Yale, and I got a PhD in business at Berkeley, which led to my being a business professor, then writing a book on the national economy, and having a 25-state talk radio show before I got tired of all that and retired to Key West in 1996 at the age of 48. I've also done part-time tax and financial advising for the last 20-some years, so I have a pretty good background information upon how individuals and businesses work in the Keys. So that's the expertise. On the ethics, what I found while in my investigative journalism position was that in particular George Nugent had a great ethical problem, and I made a complaint to the Florida Commission on Ethics, which resulted in his getting 3 sanctions, including one that's very, very strong, public reprimand and censure, which is given to only one person in the state generally every year. A month after he received this censure, the county commissioners voted him mayor, which showed, I thought, a remarkable lack of sensitivity towards ethical issues. So I inspected their papers, and I found that all 4 of the commissioners had a total of 16 violations of over $13 million of underreported income and assets just during the poor period that was still available on the website. At that point, they were censured, and I found that not only do the commissioners not really care about ethics, but that the papers, the media in the Keys don't care about it at all either. I know that the 2 weekly papers around here have never reported it at all. And the other papers kind of made fun about me. I'm just about done here. Like, what's wrong with me caring so much about ethics? So right now, I'm running to see if the people. Now, the people voted George Nugent out. He lost to somebody who never won anything. There was two spots or 3 seats. I can hope that people care about ethics. If you do care about ethics and expertise, I'd like to vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Anybody else looking to run for District 3? Okay, move on to District 5. This is Sylvia Murphy's seat. Sylvia regretted she could not be here tonight, but she had expressed her intention to run. So, we do have 2 people that have come forward already. First one to be Mike Forrester. Mike, you want to come on around? Come on, Mike. Mike Forrester. Tell us who you are, what you want to do.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Forrester. I'm the owner of Mayor Mike's Cafe. I'll reintroduce myself. I met a lot of you, about 10 years ago when I ran for District 4 against Dave Rice and Mario. And so times have changed, and Mike Mongo said, hey, you've got to lose at least 100 pounds if you want to run for office. So that's what I did. So I actually lost 150 pounds the last time you see me. But with that being said, I'm a vice mayor of Colorado right now. I've been a village councilman for the past 11 years. I term out next year, which there's nothing wrong with terming out, and I'm glad that somebody else might take that position. I have a passion to serve. I look forward to getting to meet you and getting to engage with you about your needs. I really believe that we're not connected by bridges. We're really connected by arteries. And 80% of what affects you affects us, but we're 20%, I think, different, and we have different needs, and we need to address those together as a brother and sister islands. And I think we're a lot better together than we are apart. So I'd like to foster that spirit of coming together from the northernmost to the southernmost. I also serve on the United Way board of the Florida Keys, and also on the Healthy Start board of the Florida Keys. Again, I'm looking to find some balance. I definitely believe in the Everglades, the restoration of the Everglades in Florida Bay. I've had Anatera on my boat. I've had Holly on my boat. I've had former Congressman Corbell on my boat. Holly probably more times than she ever wanted to go on my boat. But anyway, so obviously as the new governor's platform is to clean our waters, because it's real important. And so I want to champion that cause, affordable housing for sure, and let's talk about traffic too. That affects everybody from where I live and where you live, and we have to find a balance for everybody. That's with business people and with people who just live day to day and have to go through the struggles. We are the clogged artery where we live, and we feel it every day. So I know you feel it as well, because they're not staying just in our area. We're a very small area. So I want to address those problems and look outside the box. There is no box as far as I'm concerned. We have to look outside that box. Something that Heather did years ago about looking at tolls. I kind of picked that up about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'll pick it up again. There you go. Exactly. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm not talking about making the tolls so ridiculous that tourists won't come and visit us, because we're a water-based economy and a water-based lifestyle. We need the business, but we have to do it in a balance, okay? And then, as far as the locals go, I'd like to see where they would have an annual pass where they wouldn't pay to go back and forth to the mainland. So anyway, I look forward to meeting everybody, to talking to everybody, engaging with you, and see what your what really affects you and what passions you have, and you'll see me at all the events, and I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, another fellow that made a long drive today, Robbie Majeska. Come on, Robbie. Well, Mike's got me beat. I've only lost 35 pounds. But anyway, that's getting ready for this run. You might have recognized me from before. I was here 2-3 years ago running for the county commission seat up in Key Largo. I was running against the old establishment, and as hard as I could try, I could only get about 40% of the vote. So this time I'm hoping to convince more of you voters it's time for us to see things a little bit differently. We're facing a crisis of our community. Our community is losing its heart. We're losing our citizens that live and work here. We're turning more of our homes into vacation homes, vacation rentals, and there's less place for our people to live. Look down here. I just read in Stock Island, which was the workforce area of Key West. Now they're getting rid of a whole bunch of trailer parks and turning them into vacation rentals. Where's everybody that works here going to live? Up in Key Largo, where I live, they don't want anybody living there that works there. We don't need our teachers, our police officers, or our workers living in Key Largo. We can bring them from Miami. Let them drive down here every day to work as long as they leave at nighttime. That causes a lot of the traffic problems we have. Our traffic problems aren't as much tourism as it is workers coming to and from work. Most of our workers up there no longer live in our community. And that's happening because the county needs to keep increasing their tax base. You make more taxes on a vacation home than you do a homestead at home. So we need to get more taxes to feed the county because they need money. Right now, the county, their tax bill, the county owes about almost $200 million. That's how much they own in bonds and in borrows and loans. In 2023, when we lose Rogo, we're going to add another $250 to $500 million to that tax bill. Now, who's going to pay for those taxes? It's not going to be Washington. It's not going to be Tallahassee. It's going to be the same people that had to pay for the sewer system. That's you and me. You need someone frugal. This is my shirt from 4 years ago. Same with my badge. I'm going to be looking at your money because it's my money. I raised my children down here, and I raised my business down here, and I wanted other people to have that same opportunity.
we can't have young families, young people moving to our town. They can't afford to buy a house. They can't afford the insurance. They can't afford the taxes. We need to really look at things a little bit more carefully before we spend the money. So my name is Robbie. I'm hoping that you'll take another look at me and let's try to build back the heart of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Robbie. Anybody else looking to run for that commission seat? So, okay. Can everybody hear me in the back still? If you can, then thank Kelly from Audio Video Paradise, who's been with us from the very beginning. Yeah. You know, Mike mentioned term limits, and I guess in that vein, I want to bring up Andy Griffith, school board member, who ran for his first office in high school. Yeah, come on up. He was just on the radio talking about his, fundraiser this weekend. Come on up. Well, I don't get to be a roaster, so.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy Griffiths. I'm going to yield most of my time to my distinguished colleague, Mindy Kahn, to talk about all the great things that are happening in Monroe County schools. But here's the announcement that I'm going to make tonight that is more important than any other announcement I could make. I got a birthday coming up, and it's this Saturday night, and I want everyone there because every dollar we raise is matched by the state of Florida. How many charities do that? And there's no cost to this charity. You pay $100, I pay for the dinner. So every dollar goes to the charity. It's matched by the state of Florida. We're going to make a lot of money for Take Stock in Children, where every eligible 7th grader in Monroe County goes to college, full ride. And now, the reason why I'm so excited is that student doesn't use that full ride to college. They can use those credits to go to technical school and trade school. It's a big, big change. So we got to celebrate my 60th birthday party at the Marriott Beachside and raise a whole ton of money for Take Stock in Children. RoastAndy.com. It couldn't be easier. You just go to RoastAndy.com. I'll have 8 celebrity roasters. One might be in the close vicinity, but you'll know all the roasters. They're all going to make an attempt to be funny, but I get the last word. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. It's a roast of me, and then we're going to have a pig roast on the beach after. Thanks for coming tonight. Come to the party.
Thank you, Andy. And in the spirit of full disclosure, I'm one of the sponsors. So, is there anybody looking to run against Andy this coming election? It could happen.
I'll make that announcement at my party.
Well, the next we'll bring up Mindy Kahn. Where's Mindy? You're here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mindy Kahn, and I am your current school board member for District 3. I'll be seeking re-election. I'm very excited about the work we've been doing. If anybody from the Upper Keys or the Lower Keys has gone by Gerald Adams or PKS, Plantation Key School, you'll see that we're doing some really beautiful work, improving our schools, our fields in Marathon, our fields at the baseball field here in Key West. Hopefully you guys can all come out. We're having a military night this Friday, which won't interfere with Andy's roast party on Saturday night. But for anybody who hasn't met me yet, I have been your school board member. We're doing great work. I'm a lawyer by trade. I've taught. I've worked with Take Stock in Children, which is a wonderful program. And I am happy to answer any questions you might have. Please look for me, seek me out. I'm happy to discuss anything that's on your mind. I will be here for the rest of the evening. So thanks everybody for your time. Thank you, Hometown Pack.
Thank you, Mindy. So anybody thinking of running for District 3? Well, I'd be remiss to not say thank you to Richard Hatch and Salute Day here. They treat us fantastic. And Richard has basically kept our deal the same for over a decade, and we really appreciate it. And what a nice night. Let's move into mosquitoes. We're on the last page. We'll probably be done in 20 minutes. So come on up, Jill Craney-Gage. Tell us, Jill, you going to be running?
not talking today. No. Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to see you all. I've been waiting for some type of April Fool's joke tonight. Like when the big races came up, I was just kind of waiting for someone to throw their hand up and say they were running and then say April Fool's, but we haven't seen any of that tonight. But I just came out. I am your current elected official for District 1 for Florida Keys Mosquito Control District since 2012. Mosquito control, if you don't know, is doing great things. We are one of the most innovative districts in the world. We have a lot of different techniques that are in the pipeline. We have a very good board right now. We all are working together very good, and I just came out to say, good luck to everyone that's running in 2020. And if you have any questions, you can always call me, email me, but I want to save my time for the new candidates that are running and other people that would like to speak more tonight. So I hope you all have a good night and happy April Fool's Day.
No, I'm not trying to say. Thank you, Jill. Jill, you are running. I wasn't quite clear, right?
When it hits the supervisor's website, that's when people are running.
Ah.
Once you qualify.
That's fair. Well, is there anybody else thinking of running or getting on the supervisor's website for that seat? Then is Brandon Pinder. Is Brandon here? He is seat 3. I don't see Brandon. Is anybody looking to run for seat 3 in mosquito control? In mosquito control, seat 4 is Stan Zuba. Stan said he is thinking of running, but he is not here tonight. Is there anybody looking to run at that seat? Is the sheriff still here? I want to give him another shot before we get to the mayor and the city commissioners. They did leave? Okay. Well, is there anybody looking to run for sheriff? We usually do get some opponents. We wanted to give them an opportunity. Then we will move on to the QS mayor. I do believe I saw her in the room. Terry, come on up. We're almost done, guys. Come on up, Terry. That's all yours. So you thinking of doing this again?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm Terry Johnston, and I have been mayor of Key West now for 133 days. But my, how time flies, so here we are running for re-election. And yes, I am going to run for re-election. If any of you had the opportunity to read my first 100 days, that's exactly what we're going to do for the rest of the term. We've hit the ground running. We're going to do the same things. We're going to clean up Key West. We're going to work for quality of life issues for our residents. We're going to make sure that we've got good streets and roads. We're going to do the things that matter to each and every one of you. And I would like to do it for a lot longer than 133 days. So I'm going to need your vote when it comes around in 2020. And I promise you we are going to work very hard to make this the very best community that we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Terry. Now, I just want to remind everybody to come up here doesn't mean you have to run. It means you're just thinking about it. So, anybody else in the room that's considering it? Mark? Okay. Anybody else thinking of running for mayor? We do thank Mark Ross for being here tonight. So.
I have to check with my best friend and my partner.
I understand. It's always a good answer. We're moving on to City Commission. Jimmy Weekly, I know Jimmy's here. Make your way up, Jimmy, and let us know what you're going to do. Yay! What do you think, Jimmy? Mayor or City Commission?
Good evening, everyone. You know, I'm going to be really honest with everyone. I have not made a decision. I think it's too early to make that decision. However, with that said, I am going to talk about a platform. A platform that the three E's as I call it, the environment, our economy, and equality. They're the three things that I feel is most important to any community. Because if you have those three, then the quality of life of our citizens are going to be there as well. There's a couple of issues right now that I've been working on for years, and one of them just taken off, and that's the Duval Mall. That has been such a successful. That has been so successful, and I want to congratulate the entire commission, but particularly the mayor, for getting behind it as much as she did in the very beginning, and she's helped bring this to the reality that I've had for many, many years, and I greatly appreciate that. The other thing is, how many of you have ever walked through the cemetery? I think our cemetery that talks so much about our history is such a disgrace. We need to find funding, either in our budget, from TDC, or through whatever mechanisms we can find to go in there and improve the quality of life for our families that have been buried there, for the future generations, and for our visitors when they walk through there and look at the history of this community. It tells us so much. You know, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to serve this community, either as mayor or as a city commissioner, since 1985. And I'm just as young and enthused today as I was then. It's something I've really enjoyed doing, and I want to continue doing it. And I will make that decision at the next hometown pack. I will have that announcement. But I've got a lot to look at and a lot to think about. Thank you all. And there's one other thing I want to mention. There's two things that I actually want to mention. One is that we have a challenge in Tallahassee every legislative session, and that is where the legislator is trying to take away our rights to home rule. We have to fight that. We have to continually fight that, because who knows more about our constituents than we do? We know what you want. We know what you're looking for, and that's what we run on to get your support to provide that. The second thing is, I think, very important, and no one's really mentioned it, and that is we have to vote yes on the referendum. You're looking at a choice, spending $29 million or $5 million. To me, it's a no-brainer. You know, so vote. You got to get your absentee ballots. Go vote early. Go often if you want to. Run to the cemetery, pick up a few names, and Joyce is shaking her head. You know, but it's just so important to this community to be able to build that facility, and that this is the best way of doing it. So thank you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful April.
Remind me to check these voters. Is anybody looking to run for District 1? Yes. 1. The seat currently held by Jimmy Weekly. All right, we will move on to Billy Wardlow. Yay! Billy is our District 3 Commissioner. Come on up, Billy.
Good evening. I want to thank Hometown. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's a beautiful evening. I'm running on my record. I've been for a city commissioner for this my 10th year, and I was in the fire department for 30, so I've invested 40 years into the city of Key West as a servant, a public servant for the city of Key West, and I want to continue on. And yes, I am running for re-election, and I do watch out for the budget. We're trying to keep the taxes as low as possible. I know we want a lot of things accomplished, and we're getting them done. We've come up with an extra $6 million that we didn't have last year when we went over the budget, and now we have it. So hopefully, we can find some more and keep our taxes at a minimum where they're at right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Billy. Anybody thinking of running for District 3? All right, last but certainly not least, bat and cleanup, Clayton Lopez. The real April Fool's is he was trying to convince me that he was not really comfortable public speaking.
It's actually true, Todd. Listen, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you all. Thank you all. Give yourselves a hand. And I want to thank you all for your support of me being on the city commission for as long as I have. And I promise that if you do vote for me this next time, because yes, I am running once more, the last time, let's do the last dance together. And I just want to know, and I just want to make sure that you understand that when I first ran, I came before you and I told you that I don't have a particular agenda. I simply wanted to be a part of a team that solved problems. And what we did was that we did just that. I've been a part of several teams that have just continued to work and solve problems for our city. And now we've got some new challenges and some new opportunities that we can approach, and that as the mayor, as my colleagues, Commissioner Weekly and Commissioner Wardlow both have expressed, that we've got, and I don't want to do like Craig does and confuse the names. but as they've expressed, there are a lot of challenges and opportunities, and I just want to make sure that we can do them together, and I look forward to your vote in 2020. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Clayton. And before we end, everybody should look at their watch. It's 6:30. I guarantee you we will not have another hour-long meeting for 2 years. So, everybody, please enjoy yourselves at Salute. If you haven't joined Hometown, please join Hometown. Allow us to do all this. Have a wonderful evening.